No, I got to leave in.
Happy Monday, everybody. Welcome back to another recap review for the Real Housewives of Potomac. I'm here with Asia and Danny, two of Houston's finest, these days. Asia's been a minute. Not you sitting on bricks. I'm just not realizing this whole conversation that this is your background.
I don't know. Look, it popped up as an option. I was like, I used to live in Chicago. I used to have a all brick wall. Let's channel.
Listen, that's my birthplace.
I'm weak. How you doing today? It's been a minute.
I'm good. I'm just trying to survive this new administration.
Aren't we all, honey? At this point, we're trying to survive. We can't even fly these days.
I'm like that girl that was on TikTok saying, Trump, put the goddamn ink pen down.
Danny, how are you?
Sick, traveling from Miami here back and forth. Got me sick.
Wait, you in Houston right now? You in Miami?
I'm in Houston right now, but I just got back from Miami. I lost my ID, so I had to fly back there last week to get after just getting here. So between hot weather here, cold and rainy weather here, hot weather there, then back here, maybe it tore my ass up.
Love hot.
And then it's 80 degrees today.
And I'm sweating like a ooh.
It was
It's so
70 degrees here. This weather is. We had winter storms in Atlanta.
Like my grandma, we in the end of days.
Huh?
We in the end of days, like Shantae trying to say Jesus need to come. We at the end of days.
She got to speak for herself.
I don't know. Okay, well, listen, let's everyone, if you're watching right now, thank you for watching. Hey Lisa, hey Dream, hey Dr. Jen, hey April. Make sure y'all hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. We have 3 more episodes to watch, thank God. This season started out okay, then it got a little dry and it kind of picked up, but then here we are at the end, right? The trailer for the reunion was released. It looks interesting. Some people say it looked really good. I thought it only looked okay. I'm not really excited just because Karen's not there. Not that she had to be there, but I just don't really like situations where people can speak on someone when they're not present, But whatever, homegirl is in rehab or wherever she says she is, so let her rehab on, I guess. For those that are watching Salt Lake City and Beverly Hills, we're still doing those shows. We go into our last part of the reunion, part 3 for Salt Lake City this week. And of course, we're mid-season for Beverly Hills. As far as Real Housewives of Atlanta, I'm not sure if y'all watched Salt Lake City last week, but we will not be reviewing the Real Housewives of Atlanta. And that's just a choice that I've made. I don't think this season, to be honest, is something I'm really interested in reviewing. And if it gets to a point to where, it seems like that way, maybe we'll revisit it. But as of right now, no Atlanta over here at the Lean. I would highly recommend y'all to watch No Chaser TV. Chase, our very own, he has his own channel. We've mentioned it and put the link in the chat many times, but he will definitely be reviewing Atlanta. And I would definitely highly recommend that y'all watch it there because you get the same essence, but also his own flavor and sauce as well as his own panelists too. So check that out over there. All right, y'all, let's get into this episode. This was actually a pretty decent episode, I thought. It was interesting in so many ways. Let's talk about it. So last week's episode, we had a bit of Mad Day from Stacey. Stacey is kind of on the outs with Karen because at the Drag King event, Karen and Mia got into it. Karen felt like Stacey took the side of Mia or didn't support her. And so she decided that she was not going to attend. She was not going to be in her fashion show for the straight for, was it straight for straights, right?
Yeah.
So afterwards, in a one-on-one conversation, Stacey goes and meets with Mia, tells her all the things that Karen said about Mia, but also things that she said about Wendy. And so that's what we left off last week. Just a quick question, because you weren't here, Asia. Just hearing that piece right there, how do you feel about that situation right there?
I think Stacey, get ready because you showed who you are. And when you come for one of them, especially like a Karen, it puts everybody on notice. So I hope she's ready for whatever's about to come, because I think
ain't much gonna come. She gonna be in jail soon. I mean,
Well,
I'm not talking. I don't think her though. Like if you even watch the trailer, Wendy and them, Miss France around the White House, got her husband doing some work for her, like in the background. So it's like, okay, Stacey's ready. I won't feel like a bully doing this, and I'll get a little bit into it later on about from this episode, but I don't think Stacey thought that through enough to really. And then she was siding with Mia. Like to me, that's odd in itself.
Yeah, I could agree. We're gonna discuss more about it. I know you were here last week, Danny, so we'll talk more about the actual current thing. So just to kind of clump these first few scenes in one, we can talk about it because there was a lot of filler until we got to the Strut for Strays event. We see that Karen is talking to Ray about how Stacey, basically how she's going to support Stacey at her event by not walking the show. She's going to show up for the call. She mentions that she wants to adopt 2 dogs or bring home 2 dogs, but I guess these dogs are supposed to have a low life expectancy, so she feels like maybe the care from her will make them live longer. I'm like, okay, housewife delusion. But she also finds out in this moment that Wendy is inviting her to the White House as Wendy's going to be interviewing Karine Jean-Pierre. Is that right? I think I said it right. Yeah. So she finds it out. In another scene, we see Stacey, and I guess this is her male best friend. His name is AJ, and he's just not. She's kind of talking to him about TJ, but he's not too fond of TJ based off what he hears. I'm assuming because he knows that she's like barely out of her current divorce. Maybe that's my assumption. But also when he calls, he's still not too fond of him and kind of calls him a cornball. Says that is not her. That's not her type. And TJ is kind of like sizing him up. Somebody got his name wrong. Being typical lamey cornball, honestly cornball TJ. I think he kind of hit it on the head. I do think TJ is kind of a cornball in so many ways.
That's probably what was required of his contract to behave like.
Right. I mean, right. I just feel like, yeah.
Danny, can you not do this time? Like, I don't have it. I don't have it in me.
Like, I really agree with AJ about it. I mean, maybe it sounds a little harsh because, I'm a type of friend to where I never want to be the reason why my friend makes a decision to break up with somebody, because I try not to be that friend and be like, he ain't shit, she ain't, but in this case, I think he was right on the money. And obviously, if he's really best friends with Stacey, he knows her. He knew damn well that's not somebody he should have been with. I mean, allegedly, they said it's not even real. It would make a lot of sense if it's not real. Because, the whole season just gave, Stacey's is not that damn dumb to be with somebody like this. Is he be putting up?
Not dumb at all.
I don't think she's dumb at all. That's just me. And then in one final scene, I'll pass it over to y'all. We see Ashley with her family. Sheila's there. Sheila's going to be losing some weight. So she's starting her little fitness plan. This is her aunt's birthday, Aunt Monica's birthday. But this is where she announces her divorce and says that it will be done within a week or so from that date. So I'll stop here, get your thoughts. Danny, starting with you. Anything regarding Karen and going with Wendy to the White House, supporting Stacey and the best friend, and anything Ashley and, her divorce.
Can I just talk about Karen and...
Yeah, anything of those 3. What are you going to talk about?
It was kind of sad for me watching Wendy be so excited about Karen being there, knowing everything, that because there was a part of me that was hoping that, what Stacey was referring to was, from first season Wendy was on when Karen didn't get along with her. But, she said that, Karen told her this a month ago. So, that kind of hurt my feelings to see how excited Wendy was for Karen to be there, and then Karen been being Karen, because I believe she said it. I believe she said all that about Wendy. And then what else? The TJ thing, the
AJ versus TJ.
Yeah, I'm on AJ's side. Listen, I don't want to be the friend either that's going to cause you to not be with your person, but I'm gonna give you my honest feedback, and then if you decide to still pursue it, I'm gonna be right there in your corner. It's gonna be like I never said nothing. I'll be like, hey friend, when I see TJ, but I'm gonna tell you how I feel.
Yeah.
And TJ is a cornball. TJ is Stacey said, "Be the kind of man on this show that you think is perfect for me." And since Stacey's a cornball, he was a cornball. So
I'm weak. Asia.
Stop, Danny.
Jenny's
So,
like,
ditto. Karen, I've never been a Karen fan. So, I think she acts like a Karen. She's true to her name. And I thought she has been a little fake nice to Wendy. And because Wendy is just now making nice with Giselle, I think Wendy was just like taking everybody in. So unfortunately, she got that invite. And I thought it was weird because I feel like the press secretary was like, "Girl, ain't you about to go to jail? Like, why are you here?" Like, that's what I was thinking.
I'm weak.
When she hugged her like, "Oh, hey, Granda." Here.
you trying to let her know she watched the show.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was just like, that was just so awkward for me. I don't know if anybody else caught it, but she was just like, "Oh, okay." So whatever. Karen played nice. Karen needed that, to be honest, but I think she could have brought somebody else.
Who else would she have brought?
None of them people from that show.
Oh, well, I mean, but it's on the show. I mean, hello.
I get it.
Who she should have brought was, I mean, who I thought she.
I would have brought Giselle.
No, I would have just been like, I know you ain't filming right now, but girl, can you come to the White House to meet Candace?
I would have brought my mother and that Holy Ghost fire, and that's it.
Yeah.
I would have brought Candace. Do you think Candace, are they not friends right now?
I think they're okay.
They've been to the White House. I think
when we talk about that later, it's stuff I want to add because I thought they feel like they were, but a recent interview kind of gave like, I don't know. I just don't really know what's going on with Wendy these days. I say it's just kind of weird. You know, I don't know.
She never liked Candace. So no, I would have played the political card.
You think Wendy never liked Candace?
I don't think so. I think they liked each other, but I don't think she really was super, super friends with Candace.
Maybe it was a common enemy thing. I don't know.
I think so too. I think the Monique, when she came in and Monique did what she did, it just spooked her. And then she also saw the colorism. But I don't think she liked how Candace acted. So I mean, and that's just full stop my opinion. I really think that she should have brought Giselle because there's the AKA VP. They're both AKAs. Like I thought that would have kind of maybe translated a little different.
Her reasoning for inviting Karen, I thought was pretty valid in terms of like, she brought me to something special to her. Let me return the favor. That's what
Surrey County, but the White House. Like,
I mean, I know it's levels. I know Surrey County, White House, but still, I was like, okay, whatever it is to us, it was obviously big to Karen. And I
just think politically, I would have taken Giselle. Like, I just would not have risked it in taking Karen. And from a political standpoint, and like just being taken a little bit more serious. So that's me on that. And then I thought TJ was her best friend. So AJ is her guy best. Like who's the best friend? I think that scene alone told me that he had been paid for. TJ had been paid for it. And her friend was like, "Girl, what is you doing?" "Oh, we playing along." "Oh, my bad." Like you could tell in that scene, he didn't realize he was supposed to be playing a game with her.
Mm-hmm. I'm weak.
That's it.
Okay. Well, nothing else there. We'll move on. We'll talk more about this too. So Giselle and her daughters, they are putting a tree in the backyard. She's reminiscing all the moments with her father who passed away. May he rest in peace. We didn't see Wendy in the White House. She does an interview. Like you said, Kareem was like, "Girl, what you doing? You supposed to be in jail," or whatever it is. So the interview went really well. I'm really happy for Wendy. You know, the show was taking off. It had to be, something really big to secure that. I didn't know that Kareem was queer. I know that. I don't know.
Oh yeah.
I didn't know that. Until I was watching the interview. I was like, okay, like obviously this is a big deal, but I was like, oh, okay. I really was like, okay, knowing that she was a black woman, I was like, okay. But when I heard she was queer, I was like, okay.
That's three things right there.
Listen, I was like, okay, listen, can I get Kareem on the lean? Can we come on? Kareem, you watching, girl? Come on,
girl.
So yes, so that's what happened with that. Any thoughts there before I move on? No? Yes? No? Okay. I'll move on because I'm not going on that channel. So we get to the actual event. And Stacey and TJ are hosting the event. TJ's hosting the event. AJ and TJ finally meets. And TJ gives AJ this weird disclaimer that we basically like we supposed to be supporting her or anybody that's against me. Apparently, he clearly knows that people are not too fond of him. I mean, because why would you be giving a disclaimer to somebody you don't know like that? Like, or maybe Stacey told, because it sounded like Stacey would do that. Like she told him that he was not too fond of him. That's what I got actually. Maybe so he came in, on guard, and mind you, AJ, who's supposed to be her actual best friend, is looking like okay, because I would have been like WTF. It was just weird. Not gonna lie. But TJ was just acting kind of weird in general.
Like he always do.
He's acting very strange, like almost as if like he wanted her to just be coddling him and just own her on. He's just if she did indeed hire him or whatever, have him on the show, it just seems like he just completely just lost the script many times. And then or maybe this, there's times where he was on the script or had expectations of the contract, and then she didn't do it. So that's why earlier at the other event, Wendy's event, he was upset because maybe he thought that he would, be more on camera. It just seems really weird. I'm not gonna lie to you. It never seemed so clear to me until recently. But yeah, I don't. That relationship is not it. It wasn't it. It never was it. But it's so like fake at this rate.
It's not real.
It's not real. There's nobody in life willing to put up with that. I don't think. Nobody with a brain like Stacey, because she ain't stupid. She ain't. So then he sees her and he talks about her hair. What y'all think about her hair?
The short hair?
Yeah.
I liked it better her because I got tired of her Morticia dead long wig.
Yeah, I didn't see anything wrong with the hair, but TJ mentioned something about the damn hair. The girls talked about the hair.
And he wanted to talk. His hair.
Well, I mean, he made a comment. I think she was expecting him to say, "Oh my God, I love your hair," and he was just like, "Yeah, that's."
He looked like he looked like you didn't get my permission. Is what he was acting like.
To change her hair
in the role.
Antonio said Stacey looked the fool. I just think that it was just a little. So listen, I was okay with
that long dry wig she had on all season.
It was sitting too far from her head, and it stopped right like where my beard stopped. So it just was weird, It's like somebody took something and just sat it right there, and then they can just take it off, and it's gonna be in the same position.
It came from Heavenly Beauty Supply.
Amanda said it was getting tangled. Something was happening. I don't know if the dogs was whatever, but something. It just. It was all right.
It just needed a brush. That's all.
I think it needed a little more.
Or if she would have crimped it instead of having them big curls, I think it would have looked a lot better because it would have puffed out. It would have, as time went on, it would have.
I'll just say that it wasn't the prettiest wig. I just liked it better than that long dry stuff she's been wearing all season.
You were more excited that there was a change.
Yeah, in hindsight, it wasn't that great, but it was still better than what I've seen.
Yeah, you were tired.
It was okay, but then as time went on, it was synthetic.
Yeah,
you definitely can't put a curling iron to that.
Vivian asks about Karen and like basically like where she stands with it, and then I don't know if y'all watch wrestling. So did y'all catch? Anybody here watch wrestling? No, NXT. Well, there was two superstars on the show. It's kind of weird to see that Lash Legend and Trick are two WWE stars, but they're individual talents in WWE. They were on the show, but y'all probably didn't notice it, Chad. If you don't watch wrestling, you wouldn't know. But anyway, Stacey decides to pull Karen to the side because she wants to talk to her, right? So Stacey wants to know why and if they have a problem. Like, what is the issue? Karen says, listen, I'm gonna be very clear with you. It's just don't think for one that it was about you, being friends with anybody in the group. I always said to you, I don't care who you're friends with, like be friends with whoever, right? But she basically says that she did not feel supported when Mia came at her. She felt like she didn't come to her defense at all. She said what she cares about most is what the person says when someone says something about her, and she feels like she didn't say anything. So then Stacey says that she has stood up for her, And Karen's like, no. I let you talk. Can I talk, please? And then she's trying to talk, and then she's like, etiquette 201, zip it. I was like, oh, that's not nice. And so then Karen kind of goes down the thing of saying, like, well, listen, I was getting, she was like, listen, I don't really know you that well. We cool. I'm still getting to know you, but what I'm seeing now is that you are a backstabbing witch, basically. And so she says, Stacey says that she didn't like the way that Karen attacked Mia as a mother. And Karen gets upset. Karen says, listen, I was the one who encouraged your raggedy ass. And then Stacey's like, raggedy, and she's like, I'm not talking about your face, I'm talking about the way you look. And she's like, well, hold on, this is Vivian's dress. And she's like, no, I'm not talking. She said, I'm talking about how you look in most things. And so then, she's like, but it's okay, whatever. Let me get the sipping, and no shade. Stacey kind of ate her up. Stacey said, what are you sipping? What are you sipping? Because we know damn well Karen should be sipping anything at this moment, right? At least for what she's giving off. So then Karen kind of brings up some accusations of things that she could bring up about Stacey. And I'm like, okay, oh God, here we go with this. Now, mind you, I knew that Karen was probably bringing some out of her ass, but I didn't think it was going to be way up her ass, as in like saying that this girl ran three of the same stop signs and went to traffic court. So I'll stop there. As Karen says that she's now an associate, and that's how she would deal with her. Asia, what are your thoughts?
Karen is losing the plot, and I'm liking it. I'm loving the downfall. No shade. I think I'm loving it. Because why is you bringing up that lady traffic? Like, she ran through stuff. What are we talking about? She's losing it. She's losing it. She's been able to put up this facade for so long, for so long, but it's gone. I thought that I got what Karen was saying when she was like, you look raggedy, because nobody likes what Stacey ever wears. Nobody does. Do y'all like what Stacey be wearing?
I don't pay attention.
She ain't exactly. You don't like it because she don't look like nothing. So I think Karen was getting it out, but she just, like I said, she's losing the plot. I was on Karen's side about her feelings, but I think she just kind of, again, lost the plot, got too low when it came to Stacey. She just really couldn't. I think Stacey kind of got her a little bit with that. What are you sipping on? And she had an answer for everything. Like, yeah, no, this is Vivian's. Like, now you're talking about your friend. Like, Stacey you could tell Stacey has watched the show before. Stacey was
watched the show. I used to say up until that she did, but then again, maybe she has.
She has, and I think she's watched the show and came in like, I really got to act like I didn't watch the show. That's why she was asking Giselle for her deodorant and all that other stuff. So I really think she is a fan of the show for sure. But overall, yeah, I don't think Karen really won this round. And I think had Stacey not been there when she was confronting Mia, I think Karen would have really won that round too. But Stacey's just there to sympathize with Mia for whatever reason. I don't know. I just think it's the wrong team. But Karen also, I don't know. This thing, it was just funny because it was so bad. And Stacey did look a mess. That dress was not cute.
No, it wasn't.
It was ugly.
She looked like a rag doll. She did look like that little witch. That little hair.
Oh, baby, when Karen tore her up in that confession, like, I get that Stacey wasn't there, but when she pulled out that straw doll,
they did look like
it was giving alphabet.
That was her.
Like, Karen will be missed. How about that?
For me, I wasn't very interested in this scene. Because even though I will say that Stacey kind of got her, it wasn't exciting for me. Like, it was just, Like, because even when she told Karen, what you sipping on, Karen said hard liquor. Like, Karen came right back. So to me, you didn't really get her, because Karen owned up to her right on the spot and doubled down and said, oh, you thought you got me? Like, so, we see how that has to play out for her.
Yeah, she had came back and be like, well, are you going to be driving afterwards?
That would have been, Stacey got to be quick on her feet, but that wig was too tight. So
yeah. That's what I thought maybe she would have said. That's what I would have said. And then
hopefully you're not driving.
No, I would have said, so you're gonna be driving afterwards? I hope not, and walk off.
And then her feet. And the thing is, Karen telling somebody they look a fool don't always mean that your clothes are ugly. I mean, the dress was ugly, but it really could have been you just don't look good in it. Like Karen cleaned it up. You don't look good in it. At the end of the day, she didn't lie on Stacey, and Stacey didn't lie on her. That's how I'm gonna leave that there.
I think that honestly, I did gag when she said, "I'm not talking about your face. I'm talking about the way you look in most things." That took me out
because Stacey's a pretty girl.
That's basically like, girl, I'm not talking about you. I'm not talking about your face, but you look a mess in the clothes. You can't dress. I thought that was kind of funny. I thought it was a good scene. We haven't really had, a back and forth banter like this on this franchise in a while. Because it was like a mini Reed shade fest. So I enjoyed it for what it was. And I think, Stacey didn't surprise me, but I'm glad that she was able to, stand her ground, like somebody said in the chat. I'll say that she stood her ground enough, And Karen, honestly, like I've always liked Karen, but she knows she was reaching far up her ass to pull something out. I'm like, girl, even before I knew it was traffic tickets or a ticket sign, I knew it was some bull because she has a habit of doing that. Anytime somebody randomly brings up something, like even Mia did it literally to her in the previous episode, whatever it was. So it's like, I think it's just like, girl, just take your L, whatever. Take your L. I'm sorry, Karen. All right. So then after that, we see a couple things happen. We find out Giselle shows up, and Giselle is apparently she bought the dress or got the dress that Stacey did not want anybody to wear. I guess she's trying to cause some mess. We find out that Kiana and Greg are not in a good space. She, since the last time has not been good with this guy. They all are talking about Stacey's wig. I'm like, first of all, Stacey's wig is a fool, but Miss Cleopatra Ashley Darby over here didn't look any better. I don't care how fashion forward she thought she looked, she didn't look any better, and neither did damn Mia with this damn blonde beach blonde hair. I hate when she wears blonde hair. She has to know she does not look good with blonde hair. I hope if she's not watching, it's just no. But they were reading Stacey's wig. I'm like, there are way more fashion fails in this room right now than to be talking about this lady's hair. I'm just saying. TJ's again acting weird. I guess he ain't getting no attention, so he like, I guess I'm gonna wait by here. I'm gonna wait by the bus. Wait by the bus. I'm like, oh my god, please end this season. I'm so tired of this weird man. But what happens after that is Ashley and Giselle sit down together. And Ashley fills Giselle in on the conversation she had with Stacey. Apparently, Stacey not only told Mia, but she also met with Ashley. And she told Ashley about what Stacey said. And her words were that Karen had made up this list of people that people that Stacey shouldn't talk to and should avoid. Should also avoid Wendy and blah blah blah. But then production rolls the cameras to show what exactly Stacey said, because we know that Ashley plays telephone so wrong especially when she's not present. When she's not present, you would think Ashley has been present for all the things that she speaks on, and she's never there for any of it. But she knows everything about it somehow and always wrong. So then at that point, they go and they tell Karen. Karen immediately says, no, does that sound like me? And Ash is like, yeah. Like, yeah, I think it is you. I don't know. But then we have Wendy. Wendy arrives, and Stacey gets a gift from Eddie, and she's trying to walk off. But before she can walk off, Giselle stops her, and Giselle is just like, hey, hold on, let me ask you about this. So you said that Karen said this, and Stacey stands in it. Karen says no. Wendy is gagged, but in her confession, she says she don't think she said it. She knows that she said it. Wendy is kind of like, I guess, irritable about it. She walks off. Karen trying to talk to her, but Wendy continues to walk. And I will stop. I'll stop there. Go ahead, Danny.
I just want to know, when is Ashley gonna learn to tell a story, to relay messages the right way?
Never.
Like, I mean, even production was sick of it. They played it back what Stacey really said, but I will say, and I don't know if y'all have noticed it, but I've kind of enjoyed Giselle's episode. She kind of had clocked in for me a little bit. She gave me the old Giselle a little bit that I had liked the first season.
Giselle or Ashley?
No, Giselle. Giselle.
Nobody's ever liked Ashley any season.
Yeah, never.
So
Um,
But again, other than that, I was again just not really. I'm ready. I'm ready for that. The next part. That's all I got here, Asia. Asia, why you made that face?
I don't like no Ashley. I thought Wendy looked good. Wendy
look good.
She looked really good. And I thought it was funny that Giselle bought the dress, but it didn't look good on her, in my opinion.
It looked like a lot of fabric. I mean, it wasn't anything to be running to buy. Like, it just looked like a lot of tulle.
Yeah, and that's what it was. It was giving like a Fashion Nova dress. I mean, I have a dress like that, and it's nothing but a bunch of tulle. With a little mini thing under it, and I have never worn it. So I was gonna wear it to my bachelorette party or something like that. But yeah, so I thought that was funny, and I also think that Ashley, I think it's time for her to go. Still, I think her story is up, and I think the fact that she didn't even tell the story right, she's not running Bones back correctly. I'm over her, and I like how Stacey stood 10 toes down, like, yeah, you did say that, Karen. You said it. And I think everybody agreed. Like, yeah, you always talk trash about Wendy. So we know you said it. It's just coming from somebody new who's never gotten into it with Wendy. So she's definitely going to believe it. So Karen needs to learn how to keep that nasty to herself.
There's a couple of I'm sorry. Go ahead, Danny. My bad.
No, I was just agreeing with Asia.
Well, so there's a couple things that I have to speak on with this, just to kind of sum it up. One, I remember what Sammy said last week was like, when, because we know that there was a time that Karen was not too fond of Wendy, right? So I'm just curious to know, like, what's the timeline on that? They did have a whole issue her first season. That's when she was like, Dr. Wendy, and you don't have not nan degree. So I don't know, but at the end of the day, I definitely think Karen said it. I just wonder when.
Well, but Stacey said this a month before joining the show.
Yeah, that's so. If what she said is true, then yes, that's kind of place. But I don't know. Like, I always felt like her relationship with Wendy was authentic. I just, it's crazy that Karen would say that. Which, because like, if you go back to the season remember the season when they were coming at her and Eddie and saying Eddie was cheating, like, she was always like, that's when her and Karen really got close, and she was crying to her and stuff like that. It's just like, dang, like, I like Karen, but you a snake like that? Jesus, like, what would, and there's nothing wrong with, huh?
Karen has always given that.
Yeah, I love her, but I can't, especially when it comes out later that she said that, Mia isn't Potomac. That's why I really seal the deal for me, because Karen has said that.
Well, no. Now, I know she has said that. That everything she said about Mia, I knew she didn't. Baby, I said it about Mia, okay? and honestly, I don't care that she said it about Mia, because their relationship, we have to remember that Mia was the one at the beginning of this season trying to poke at her, and so Mia is really not a victim here. Mia kind of started with Karen at the beginning of this season, in my opinion.
And Antonio has a good point. He said if Stacey will lie about her boyfriend, she might lie on Karen. She might. The problem is, it just sounds,
I mean, she could.
Yeah, but it sounds like
she ain't lie about that.
The thing is, it sounds like stuff that Karen has said or would say. But I'm just, a part of me is going to be a little obtuse to feel like, okay, not all of what she said is true. I think that some things were twisted. That's what I think. I think there was a conversation had for sure. And I think that Karen said some stuff. But I don't think she would just say that Wendy is self-absorbed. I genuinely believe that she was really good friends with Wendy. That's just
now the conversation she could have had with Stacey a month prior was her. Karen could have told her that's how she used to feel about Wendy, and then Stacey, twisted it because she needed some juice.
And this coming here from Amanda saying Giselle says Karen does. First of all, Giselle does this with the newbies. Giselle ain't like, hello, how did she do Monique? When she first met Mia, the only reason why she had befriended Mia was because Mia, she needed somebody to help her against Wendy and Candace. So it's like Giselle to me. If she's saying that Karen does this, Giselle does it too. In my opinion, she has not been welcome into any newbie on the show ever. Never. Especially Wendy, especially Monique, mainly the darker women. But I mean, I'm just saying, let's just call it what it is.
Especially Candace.
But yeah, I don't, that's just what I believe. I'm not a super like Karen, whatever stand, but I just feel like, there was some things that may have been twisted because I feel like their friendship was very genuine. I thought, at least from her side. And it also makes me look at Wendy in a certain way because it's like, okay, when you want someone to tell you something, like you choose to believe the way it was done, I get it. But I feel like I wish there was another conversation that was had to where they can kind of get to it. But obviously this is the end of the season, so we don't get that. And I feel like they filmed more, but they probably cut it. Because I think if I'm recall it in the trailer in the beginning of the season, there was a scene with Wendy and Karen talking. But we don't get that. And I don't like that. And we don't get the reunion.
That's what I was waiting for. I was waiting for that, but it didn't happen.
Yeah. So yeah, and they said, meet up with people before they start filming. Yeah, that's true. I mean, a lot of housewives are accused of this. I mean, this whole cast was accused of meeting up before the season with Monique. Yeah. They were, and even the season after that, they said that every year they said, I'm sure they do. Like, I know that I know for a fact that these housewives, before they start their seasons, they be trying to get dirt on each other. I'm just saying. And so that's just what I feel. Like I feel like they do. It's just they do it. So
they take pictures together at the restaurant and post them on Instagram. Yeah, they do it before the cast. Yeah. Like they was doing it for, I mean, at least 3 seasons in a row.
Yeah.
Especially before the last season, they kept doing it with everybody except Karen, Wendy, and Candace before the last season.
Yeah, true.
With neck and neck.
Yeah. But that's my thoughts on that. I thought I was gonna be more upset with Wendy because I was like, dang, she turning her back on Karen just over this whole thing so quickly. But even on the trailer, she's like, I know for a fact that's not my friend. Personally, if it's about knowing what Karen said about her, okay, sure. If it's about her going to jail, I don't really like that because I get it. But if you somebody's friend, you don't just drop them when they go at their lowest.
I think when she said my friend, I think she's saying the person that she had been seeing this whole time and that did that, that said those things to Stacey is not her friend. Probably.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If it's that, then I get it. But if it's regarding, because earlier, remember she did say that she kind of alluded to if it's not true, then she good. But if it is true, she don't know what she was saying. She said that.
I saw a scene today that was cut out where Stacey and where Karen and Wendy. I saw a clip of a scene that had a one-on-one, and I mean, Wendy was like wiping her eyes with tears, saying she thought Karen was a real friend to her and all that.
And that's what me and Asia were talking about. That was in the initial trailer for the season, but we ain't. Where is that scene? We gonna never get it.
Like, why didn't we get to see that? Like, it was so much other stuff you could have cut out. I didn't need to see the poop everywhere. I would have rather seen that.
I didn't need to see Ashley or anybody else. Actually, what's funny?
We could have gotten this scene built in because they could have left out Ashley's drag show.
They could have. It could have went. It could have fast. The last scene could have been Karen and Wendy talking, just like when they had the whole thing about when Nene didn't know that Kenya was coming, and then they had that last little scene when it was like it was Tanya, Candy, Cynthia, and Nene. We could have got that. It could have been Wendy and Karen. Boom, that could have been it. We already know that lady got it. What is it? Got charged, and we know they was found guilty. We didn't see the damn articles. We saw them.
Say that for the reunion trailer like you did. We good.
Yeah, that didn't make sense to me. All right, but let me get this last piece so we can get these so we can lean out soon. So as they sit down, Wendy's up. She's obviously really upset. She's like, since I'm so self-absorbed, let me sit my self-absorbed ass over here. And I'm like, oh Lord.
I also gotta say real quick, Cortez, I know what to say. Wendy looked amazing in that dress.
Oh, she did. She looked great. She looked really good. She looked like it was her event.
Yeah.
I mean, her next to everybody at the table, including Stacey, is just like, girl, whose event is this? Like, sorry. If that's the dress that Stacey thought she's gonna get, like, no, whatever dress Wendy got, she ate that, and I'm sure she picked it out herself.
Yes.
But Wendy's upset. So then Stacey goes more into it, which further confirms that it was that they sat down, because initially Karen is denying the fact that they had any kind of conversations. So she's like, "Well, yeah, we had a conversation, and we met at her favorite restaurant in Potomac. It's called the Tally Ho, which is the restaurant they went to earlier, Giselle and Karen." At this point, it's kind of everyone's like, "Damn, she definitely met with her." And then finally, Karen owns up and says, "Okay, yeah, we did meet." I'm like, "Oh Lord, girl, you just not looking good at her, girl. You just got her. You got her looking. You got us out here looking crazy. So people trying to support you." Mia doesn't care. Mia's ordering a dog bag, and Stacey says that there was more that was said about everybody. The fashion show starts. Everyone's walking the dog. Wendy walks her dog, and she's going to be actually adopting the dog that she's walking. Eddie did not know, but whatever. Thought that was cute. I love you some Eddie. I think I love their relationship and their marriage. Honestly, to me, it's like goals. I don't really say goals, but I would say like if I had goals, it would be something like that, similar. Anyway, so they do the fashion show, and then they do this little fog machine, and all the dogs just start like going crazy because obviously they're scared. So the dogs just start shitting and pissing and doing everything, and it becomes literally a shit show. Karen, I thought she was faking. Karen was truly throwing up in the trash can, and they kind of got the dogs under control, and it was just a whole big mess because they trying to figure out how the hell did they put this in the script to have this fog. It's supposed to be confetti, but honestly, if it was gonna be confetti, they probably would have scared the dogs too. I think they should have just probably just left it at that. I don't think we needed anything because then you got the stuff on the ground, the dogs trying to eat the confetti. It just seemed like this was just not planned properly in the sense, in my opinion. But nonetheless, we see the closing cards. That what's the update with everyone? Kiana moved out from her man. I don't know if they're together or not. They were on Watch What's Happening Live early this season, but maybe that was just.
And he at the reunion.
Huh?
And he's at the reunion.
Okay, he's there. So we'll find out about that. Ashley's still dating Josh. Giselle is alone and bored. Nothing new. Wendy is teaching for some reality TV show. Stacey's divorce is almost done. Mia and Ink broke up, but apparently he's not going anywhere. And we know that Karen was found guilty. First of all, that little segment of Karen leaving the house, we didn't need that. It did give American Horror Story though. You know how American Horror Story come on and be all those little clips. It looked kind of eerie. But that's how the episode ends. So I will get y'all final thoughts on this episode, or just what y'all think about this or the upcoming reunion that was showed for the trailer.
Kiana, she needs to leave that man, but I think Kiana, I don't think if she's not gonna leave him or not be with him, then she definitely needs to get off the show because she's not she's not as interesting as I thought she would be. So I'm curious to see how they have evolved. Because if she stays with him and stays on the show, she's gonna be boring.
Hindered, like.
Yeah, like it's just not gonna be what we want to see. It was nice to see Jazzy at the.
She looks so good.
Mm-hmm. It was nice to see her, and it was nice to hear that man say he was gonna get her a ring. So I was appreciative of that. I was trying to figure out who was in the middle of them because there was another nice looking.
Yeah.
Who was that? It was a nice looking young man, right? Yeah, okay. Nice. I'm not crazy. Anyway, he was noticeable. And so yeah, everybody else, like whatever. I don't want to see much of anything. I thought that the end of the show was absolutely disgusting. Them dogs everywhere. I mean, even Beyonce didn't do live horses at her show. So I don't like things with live animals because of stuff like this. I think Stacey with them doe eyes acting like she didn't know what was going on. She knew that fog was going to be there. She just wasn't smart enough to know that it was going to scare the dogs. But I have a feeling she knew that was in the contract. They don't do that for free. That's expensive. That's expensive stuff. Yeah, I think that just about does it. I don't want to see Mia back. I don't want to see Ashley back. Karen's not coming back, and I think we should get 3 more people in, and one of them should not be Vivian.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I definitely don't want Vivian. So I will say
Ugly ass dresses.
with everything, I will say this: if I was the other girls, though, I would be reading the hell out of Stacey, because you don't sit in my face and just tell me all that stuff someone has been saying about me behind my back just because you mad at them. Now I don't trust people like that.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
I don't trust
Mad
people.
Day. That's why I said Mad Day. I don't like Mad
I
Day.
don't trust them hoes.
I mean, Karen did for a second. She did say, "Why say it now?" She was just like, "Something." I'm like, okay, but still, why say it now?
Yeah.
But I think that goes to what Asia said too. Like, she kind of may have messed up because they may look at it now like, oh, she giving us the tea, but next season I think they can probably be like,
they're gonna be on her. She's not. They're going to be on her.
Yeah, I do also think though that if Karen doesn't end up with jail time, Bravo is definitely going to have her back because they want her to face the music. Karen will be smart to voluntarily not come back if she don't want to face the music. Now, the only thing I will say that might keep Karen off it was on that on her footage. She kept telling people you poor and you white. That might keep her off the show. But and with Karen throwing up, did you ever see that video of Michael Jackson where he was talking about something? There was doo-doo and feces on the wall and it stunk so bad. You ever see that video? That's all I kept thinking about when I saw Karen throwing up and that dog shit everywhere. I was so disgusted.
It's so nasty.
But yeah, that's it. Yeah, got nothing else for this. A shitty end for a shitty season.
it was definitely the way they was screaming had me hollering. They was hollering. It's like she said, it's shit everywhere.
Karen also the type of person that throw up around you and they make you want to throw up by watching them gag. Because I was watching it gagging myself last night because she was.
It must have really stank up in there though, because that space was not that big.
And if it's poop and pee,
but who
it already probably didn't smell
it.
good because it's a bunch of dogs.
That fog
already
scared
smelled like
the
dogs.
shit out of them dogs.
Yeah.
It scared the shit out of Wendy.
Well, most of the dogs was barking and stuff too. They started going crazy.
I bet it was at the bottom of Giselle's dress. Saw that brown crinoline just like walking all over the floor. She probably didn't even notice.
Oh Lord.
That's
yeah.
why she gave that dress to Wendy.
You keep saying it stank up in there after they cleaned up, so it must have been like horrible. And I
Yeah, Giselle, she's not watching what happened live, and she said it went away eventually, but it stunk for a while.
Okay, y'all. Well, listen, that was the finale. I thought it was a pretty good episode. It was more entertaining than some of the other episodes in the last few weeks, so I'll take it. We got the part 3 reunion. Next week there's not an episode because there is the Super Bowl on Sunday. Congrats to Beyonce album of the year, whoop whoop. And others yesterday, but the Super Bowl is next Monday. Next Sunday, and so there will not be a Potomac episode. We'll be back in 2 weeks on the 16th, which I believe is a holiday. Is it not President's Day?
It is.
Okay, so stay tuned. We may not be here for that day either. I just realized that because I'm off from work.
Yeah, we might be. Me too. I'm off in the streets.
I'm off from work, and I may be doing some things. So just stay tuned. We're gonna let y'all know. I don't like to double up, so we may try to get something out, but I know the 16th is a holiday. Many of us are off, so we'll see. All right, y'all. We got one call in the crew. I'm gonna get her on. Y'all know who it is. It's Love with Lisa. Let's get her on, and so we can get out of here. How you doing, Lisa?
Hi, darling. How you doing?
It's your birthday, right?
Yes, I am doing good on my birthday.
Happy birthday.
Yeah. Child, I didn't even understand this show. I promise you. I tell you one thing. When they went to the White House, Wendy slayed that yellow suit. She slayed that yellow suit. Mm-hmm. I mean, I said, go, Wendy. Because Wendy, I promise you, Wendy, when she steps out there, she look like she $1,000,000, baby. Whoever her stylist and makeup is, baby, she keep paying them because she always looks good. And I mean, she looked real good at the White House. I was just so proud of her. And she looked very nice and everything. And I'm glad she did bring Karen with her. I mean, their relationship have changed. Now I don't know when. I'm like y'all. When did she tell Stacey this? And so like you. I'm so much like you, Danny.
Mm.
Like I can't trust you. I'm not gonna trust you because you got mad because I ain't come to your event, or I got mad because you didn't agree with me or something. Child, please shut up and go sit down somewhere. The one you need to worry about is Mia. Cause Mia the one who talks like you so bad. Mia said you was bored, you can't hardly move, and now we done found out you over here paying. We got a Walter and Kenya situation going on.
Hmm.
Okay, what the
That we
hell? What
do.
the hell? Now y'all women too beautiful to be around here paying for penises. What the? I'm like, I don't understand that. And then but that was really got me when Giselle walked into that place. Girl, Stacey said, "Here come Big Bird."
She did say that.
She
She
said,
did
"Here
call
come
her
Big."
Big Bird.
She said, "Here come Big Bird." And I promise you, I can do it like you said. I can do without Ashley. That's good.
Mm.
You finally got your divorce. I'm glad. But get the kids off the counter. Get the kids off the counter. Get the kids off the stove top, whatever you want to call it. What you making the food. We don't need to see all of that, okay? We don't need to see all of that. I'm glad that she got her divorce settlement and what's her name? Um, I'm glad. I'm like her auntie Nancy. Take her ass before you jump back in another situation. Make sure you take care of yourself first, or you just jump back into a situation. Other than that, I don't blame them dogs. Them dogs get throwing up and poop everywhere. At the end of the show, it was like a mess show. And I don't blame can I be throwing up too. Like I seen poop everywhere and the dogs pooping everywhere, and I'm like, what? What? Oh no, 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 we can't have that. We in the designer dresses. I got dog shit on my dress. We can't have that. Other than that, I mean, I really don't believe Kevin had said that to her. I believe I believe she added some more on to it. Because you think that by kissing Giselle and Ashley and Mia's tail, they gonna get you further into the door. But you forget who the great Dom is, baby doll. She
Mm.
ain't gonna mess around. She gonna come back at you. You better hope they'll send her tail to jail. Because they'll send her to jail next season. She gonna come for you. Believe it. Giselle got messed with her, and she told Giselle out too. So she gonna come back to. Other than that, I'm saying for the whole season, I give the whole season a 5.
I would agree.
And this right here, I give a 4.
Hmm.
So I went to the reunion so I can find out did she pay TJ? Did TJ didn't get his money? That's why he didn't show up.
She did.
Okay. You got okay. Well, thank you, Lisa. Okay, we're gonna get
When
ready to
he
leave.
when she probably they said he didn't show up for the show.
Oh,
He didn't show up for the show, so she didn't pay him his money.
we're gonna see. I guess in 2 weeks.
Me too. I can't wait, baby. I can't wait. But I
Okay,
love
Lisa.
y'all. Y'all have a beautiful. Y'all. I
Wait,
see
wait.
y'all Wednesday. I
Happy
Thank
see
you.
y'all
Happy
birthday.
Wednesday.
birthday.
Thank you, darling. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, honey.
All right, have a good
Bye
night.
bye.
Thank you, Lisa. Happy birthday to Lisa, by the
She got
way.
to love us because I ain't calling it on my birthday.
Listen, on my birthday, I went here either. The last time, so yeah, I get it.
But that means she Lloyd would love that.
Listen, we love loyalty. We love those that be with us throughout this time. It has been great, and it's going to continue to be great. All right, y'all. Listen, like this video, subscribe to the channel. Thank you, Asia. Thank you, Danny. We will. There will not be an episode next Sunday, this upcoming Sunday, so there will not be a review this upcoming Monday. However, the next show is on the 16th, which I believe the next day is a holiday. So just stay tuned to the channel, subscribe, and you'll know if we're going to have the show, and if so, what time. But more than likely we will. But I know, like it is a holiday. I'm off, and I may or may not be traveling or something like that. So just stay tuned, okay? Thank y'all for watching. Thank you, Cars Forever. Thank you, Amanda. Thank you, Antonio. Antonio had to move, y'all. He can be with us today, but he'll be back. Who else been in the chat? Sean, Lisa for calling in. Alicia Garcia, Dr. Jen. All right. Thank y'all. Thank you, Asia. Thank you, Danny. And we will see y'all next time. Okay. Have a good night.
Good night.